Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We are on episode 4 of Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun. We are going to be officially a fourth of the way through the season, and I am loving this show. Last episode paid such a great homage to Spirited Away with the spirit world, and I really like in this show, because usually when we think of ghosts, I think of emptiness and coldness and like a lack of warmth. But this show sort of does the reverse of that, where when we're entering the spirit world and when we see Hanako, there's lots of reds, there's lots of yellows, and kind of the purple and the red has like this gross tone, but it also feels very warm. And in the spirit world, especially in the last episode, it felt almost like suffocating, like the atmosphere of it, because it was so like vibrant in these warm colors. And so I'm really liking that. I love the dynamic of these three protagonists of Hanako, Minamoto Cow, and Yashiro. I love their personalities, how they gel together. The voice acting is fantastic. I'm still such a fan of Hanako-Kun's voice actor, or actress. I actually looked up, I was like, who does the voice for this character? Because it's really, really good. And it's a woman, which doesn't surprise me because in Japan, most of the VAs for younger characters are done, especially guys, are done by women because your voice hasn't changed. And I was like, what else have they been? And the voice actress that does Hanako-Kun has been Kuruma from Yu Yu Hakusho, which I was like, okay. Has been young Darien from Sailor Moon, which Sailor Moon was the first anime that I ever got into as a kid, so I was like, okay, young Darien. And also is the voice of Haruka, Sailor Uranus from Sailor Moon. And I was like, the idea that the same voice that does Haruka from Sailor Moon is doing Hanako is hilarious. If you've ever watched Sailor Moon, Sailor Uranus, I want Yashiro to have like a violin and be Sailor Neptune now. But yeah, so we've got these characters. I don't trust Misaki any further than I can throw her. And I can't touch ghosts, so I can't throw her at all. But I get this really creepy vibe that she's like, put all my parts back together and I'll let you go. And they really don't have a choice. But I'm like, is it really going to be okay when y'all put her parts back together? Or is she just basically going to try to kill you? I'm thinking the latter, but I'm hoping I'm pleasantly surprised and maybe they'll go for like an emotional, sentimental thing. I don't know. Hanako just looked really mischievous when he was on the phone with her, like they have a history, and that makes me concerned too. So I don't know. But I'm going to apologize for last episode. The audio was a little bit off, and that was just a nightmare to get that video and everything synced up. I keep trying to find full versions of these episodes in subs. I can find them in dub. I'll also note that I'm so glad, Anna, that you recommended that I watch the subs because I tried to see the last episode cut off, and so I tried to see if there's anything extra that I missed from episode 3, and there wasn't, but I had to look at the dub to see if there was. I can't go to dub now for the show. Once I've listened to the subs, it's one of those shows that I can't because they sound way too old in the dub. And I was like, oh no. And Hanako's voice actor, nothing against them, but I was like, oh no, this is the sub's so much better on this. So thank you for getting me to watch this version, because it's the voice acting is just so on point. But yeah, so I'm having a harder time finding the full episodes for this show. When I look for the episodes, it keeps showing that like the later episodes, there's full versions of. So I'm excited about that. But once again, there's going to be a little bit of a border around this episode. I do apologize. I tried to find one that didn't, and it just, other than the dub, it's just really hard to find the sub version. So I apologize for that, but hopefully that doesn't ruin your experience with it. So yeah, let's dive in to episode 4, and it's a two-parter, so this is part 2 of the stairway story. So I really don't know how they're going to resolve this. They've gathered most of the body parts. I'm really hoping that I don't know. Either way, part of me is like Misaki's going to come after them once she has all of her body parts. The other part of me is saying no, it's going to be like it's this sentimental thing. But I don't know. The great thing about this show is that the mystery is very well done. They really leave you wondering where are we going to go with this. And I like that a lot about this. So let's dive in, guys. I've talked enough. I hope you guys all like the reaction and enjoy it. But we are going to start episode 4 of Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun in 3, 2, 1, now. gosh! Okay. I don't know what I expected from that episode. It wasn't that, but that was so good. That was genuinely scary at times. The atmosphere, the whole thing with Misaki, the Shining reference where it was just the text over and over again. That the connection with the dolls and the scissors and her wanting Misaki to scold her, like that was such a creepy vibe. I like the world building. We're getting more and more of the world building. The idea that when you're in that spirit world, that limbo, nothing can live and nothing can die. So it's kind of like the worst case scenario is you just get stuck there and your existence is just there and nowhere else, which is terrifying. But I like that there's a little bit of leeway there. The idea that these ghosts are not powerful when they're outside of their own territories. The idea that you can maybe get demoted from your spot, perhaps, because I think that's kind of what was hinted at, that Yako, the spirit that was after Misaki, didn't fulfill their role or their duties. And then this green-haired chick that, was it Koku? Let me go back there for a second and see what was the name of that one. Koku Jodai, which is red. So Haku and Koku. Haku Jodai is the one that's with Hanako, and Koku is with this green-haired lady that looks ominous. And we get the boy that has the origami swan, is working with her, and I'm wondering if he's an exorcist like Minamoto. And that makes me wonder if maybe the older Minamoto that she likes, that Yashiro likes, is working with them too. This green-haired chick seems like our final boss. I don't know. Oh, this was so good. And just when I think that I'm like, okay, this show was not going to surprise me. I've got this world building down. We've got these characters established. No, it does something out of left field like this episode. And I figured Misaki would come after them. I didn't think that it was going to go at all like it did in this episode. I was so surprised. And, the show just gets better and better. And now that we've established, okay, yeah, the ominous villain, we've got all these monsters and apparitions or whatever, but this girl with the green hair looks like the scariest of all because she's so calm and collected like Hanako-Kun. And, I'm really curious. Real curious. I think I haven't been able to watch the OP because the last couple episodes haven't had it, but I'm pretty sure she's in the OP. Her and the guy that kind of looks like Stein from Soul Eater is in that OP, and so I'm wondering, are they our two big bad guys that are big baddies for this season? So we're a fourth of the way through. Everything's set up. We've got our characters. We've got enough world building to establish things. We've got how the rules work in this story. We've got our main bad guys perhaps introduced. We're 4 episodes in. I am excited, guys. This is going to be good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. This episode may be my favorite so far. I don't know. Episode 2 is really good. Episode 2 and this episode this was a great follow-up to last episode, but I am loving what we're setting up. And there's still so much mystery. That's my favorite part about this show. There's so much that I could not predict was going to happen. Because some anime, some shows, you're like, you get to a certain point and you're like, okay, I predicted that was going to happen. Saw that coming. Not this show. This show has totally surprised me every episode with just stuff that just comes out of the woodwork. And then Hanako giving her a little kiss as a reward. Buddy, you aren't fooling nobody. And I'm wondering, since he did that, if she's going to start being like, hey, maybe Hanako does have a crush on me. What am I going to do with that? But yeah, so I hope you guys like this reaction. I'm so excited for episode 5. It's going to be great. I hope you guys stay tuned for next week, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, take care, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.